See a penny, pick it up. All day long you have good luck. Here's a fun fact about Canada. According to Did You Know section on Canada by Culturegrams World Edition says that in 2013, the Canadian government stopped making and distributing pennies. My name is Valerie. First, I'm going to tell you about the geography of Canada and what the weather is like and the places my husband and friend have visited in Canada. Second, I'll tell you about the free healthcare. Last, I'll tell you about the culture of the Canadians, what language they speak, the food they eat, and how polite they are. Canada is such a beautiful country, and the geography of the Canada is large. Canada is the second largest country in the world. The scenery is absolutely breathtaking, from mountains, waters, and hills. Canada is located on the continent of North America. Again, in the Did You Know section on Canada by Culturegrams World Edition says that Canada borders 3 oceans, the Atlantic to the east, the Pacific to the west, and the Arctic to the north. In the 2002 book by Dorsley Kinsley Publishing describes that Canada is well known for the impressive diversity of its interior landscapes, from the frozen, barren north and that descends to the mountain west, with its forests and wheat plains, through the wooded, hilly east and the flats. Some cool places my husband has visited was in Vancouver. He did the Capilano Suspension Bridge. He also jogged through the Vancouver seawall. Another friend of mine visited the Niagara Falls in Ontario. In Canada, the temperature is measured in Celsius, and in the summer, the weather is about an average 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. In other words, 70 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. What our 7 to 8 p.m. daylight looks here is their 10 p.m. over there. It's still bright outside. So dark curtains are put up in homes. In the winter, the temperature is negative 20 degrees, or in Fahrenheit, negative 4 degrees. I'm from Texas. I will not be able to handle that type of freezing weather. Most places in Canada do not have air conditioning, but every house has a heater. In Canada, the heater is located on the lower ground. Although nothing is free, Canada has fantastic benefits on healthcare. In the health section on Canada, by Culturegrams World Edition, says that healthcare in Canada has universal, compulsory national health insurance, which is funded by fairly high taxes. The insurance covers doctor fees and the hospital cost. While patients must sometimes wait months for elective surgery and certain expensive procedures, all citizens have access to basic health care and public clinics. I consulted the Canadian Life and Health Insurance Facts website, the World's Factbook, and last updated in September 19 to learn more about Canada's health insurance. In the section entitled Canadian Life and Health Insurance Facts 2019 edition states that Canada Health and Life Insurers provide financial protection for 29 million Canadians to pay out $98 billion in benefits. The most appealing I find interesting about Canada is how nice they are. The Canadians are so kind and polite. From some of the family members that I have met on my husband's side, they are soft-spoken, friendly, and easygoing. Canadians often apologize a lot. They say, "Oh, sorry," and yes, I have heard the Canadians say "a boot" instead of "about." Instead of saying bathroom, the Canadians say washroom. The language spoken in Canada is French and English. I would like to say that Canadians have an accent. From the family that's visited, I found out that chips and Rotel cheese dip is not a thing in Canada. They are more known for maple syrup, which is so rich and delicious in taste. They typically eat dinner around 6 to 7 p.m. It usually consists of meat, vegetables, such as fish, deer, broccoli, potato. For dessert, it would be butter tarts. I would compare them to pecan pie. Although American football isn't popular, the main sport is hockey. Also, Canadians love to drink whiskey. Cheers to that. From my experience with the little interaction from the Canadian family, everything you hear about the Canada is true, from how beautiful the country is to the friendliness of the people. First, I told you about how beautiful Canada is. Second, I told you about the weather and the health insurance. Finally, I told you about how kind and polite the Canadians are, what language they speak, foods they eat, sports they play, and what they drink. From the information I gathered, I hope one day I can visit Canada and hope that my information gives insight to you on the Canadian culture. Thank you.